Hello and welcome to a new episode of Space Astronomy. We are back in our spruce box thing, and when we have a look in this chest, you can see I have a lot of resonant ender. I have reactor coolant ports, and I actually also have a powered spawner which could give us cows. I had a plan to build a mob farm over in this last millennium dimension to get food, or maybe we build it just here. We will see. First things first, though. I hope you are doing all great. That is the most important thing of all. Do great, as always. Yes. I am having a little bit of a cold, so yeah, that's maybe why I sound a little bit different today. And you can see here 3 quests. Yeah, I worked a little bit ahead. So we had here have here the quest to build an upgraded reactor, and we were missing these ender buckets, and that is finished. And then I went ahead and crafted these coolant ports, and we get a crescent hammer for that. Okay, and I also did the next step where we had to work with a cyanide that is produced in these reactors, and for that you need a cyanide reprocessor, and that gives you plutonium ingots, and that I also did. And yeah, let's have a look maybe at other quests. I am currently running this quarry over at our old digging site. Just powering it with capacitor banks, crafted 2 vibrant capacitor banks, filling them up currently. And I think with this thing here, we only make 239 RF per tick. So the first step should probably be to increase the size of this reactor. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, I went ahead and built a little bit of the structure we need, and thought I'd bring you back in for the last rods, Yellorium fuel rods. You can see we have here a 7x7 structure, multi-block structure. In the front there is the controller where we can turn the reactor on and off, and also I think we can, we see the temperature of the rods. Here is an access port, the other one is an output port, basically where we get the cyanide out, so we can just, I think, put here a chest on the outside, put in all our Yellorium, and it will flow in all the time, or connect it to our storage system at some point. And the same goes for the cyanide, but there the cyanide will be put out. And this is the power tap. Here the power is put out, and in the middle we have these 5 pillars of Yellorium fuel rods, and I put them in the middle, so each side of the fuel rods is definitely surrounded by the enderium we will have then to put in to cool the reactor. And I think let's have a look. How many Yellorium buckets did we need? 20. So there should be 20 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 20. Yes, 20 blocks. So we can just let's put that here grab the not yellorium, the enderium, and then we go into the reactor from the top and fill in all the blocks with the enderium. Okay, I think I got all the blocks, all the air gaps to fill with the resonant ender. So let's remove that, fill that there, and now we need yellorium. And we have 700 ingots of that. That should be enough for now. Let's also grab a chest. So like this. And maybe we can then put this chest here. Is that grabbed? Eject fuel, eject waste, no. Inlet mode, yes. Okay, that isn't working as I expected it. Okay, and it grabbed all the yellorium, the first whole stack. And you can see now the fuel is filled and we can activate this thing, and it is producing 11.567, and it is still going up, I think. But yeah, 11,000, nearly 12,000 RF per tick. That is pretty nice. And here we are getting the waste at some point, and for this input oh, I can put the chest just down here and then use a transfer pipe, I think. I got some here. And that should grab now, I think, some yellorium out of here. We will see if this actually works or not. So we can now connect our power. Okay, moment of truth. Yes, it fills up directly. Connection is there, the capacitor banks are filling up as well. Now this is running smoothly. We have quite the drain at the moment because the capacitor banks are filled up with double the amount that we are producing actually. And I think the coolant should work. Let's read the tooltip. High heat raises fuel usage. Core heat is transferred to the casing. Transfer rate is based on the design of the reactor's interior. So the casing has nearly the same heat as the core. So I think the ender, resonant ender, has quite a good heat transfer rate. And yeah, that is one thing done. Check. The next thing would be actively cooled, and for that we have to remove the power taps from the reactor and add 2 reactor coolant ports. remove the power taps from the reactor and add 2 reactor coolant ports. Use a wrench on the one for output mode for steam and the other port is for inputting water. Okay, I don't think I want to do that actually. We could also craft the turbine, another form of creating energy from the big reactors mod, but I don't think I will do that right now. There was the so I was looking for this sleeping bag for quite some time. I'll just put those back in here and this as well. Put the iron in here so it gets smelted. And I think now I'll be getting at upgrading these because those, as you can see up top in the Weiler, we are running with the basic ones, and those are only able to get 3 augmentations, which are the upgrades of thermal expansion, and that means we cannot put in any speed upgrades. Otherwise we couldn't actually have the input up top and this, what does this do? Automated output, so we can just push to the side. Stuff like that wouldn't be possible. So yeah, I think I will get at that now and then I'll bring you right back. I crafted up all the resonant versions of the pulverizer, redstone furnace and induction smelter. Resonant is the highest tier of the thermal expansion machines, and for those I needed, let's have a look at one of the recipes. We need always one of these machine frames, and for resonant you need an enderium gear, which is enderium ingots, which you get by alloying molten enderium with a resonant ender, molten shiny, molten tin and molten silver in the smeltery. And from that then you can make the enderium gears, and you always need all the tiers from before, which here takes signalum and electrum gears and tin gears for the first gear tier. And I also started or crafted up the augmentations for speed upgrades. So in the end we will have 2, 6 and 14 times the speed of the standard version, which already smelled quicker than the basic ones as far as I am aware. So let's remove these here and put in a pulverizer, the resonant redstone furnace and the resonant induction smelter. And now we can here check this off, and this should be orange because it then puts out everything from both these slots into the redstone furnace, and the input is up top. And you can see here we have now 6 augmentation slots, so we can put in 1, 2 and 3. And now if we grab, for example, some coal, let's use a stack, then you can see how quick this goes through. That is amazing. That is really good. And especially since this is basically our ore doubling, our main ore doubling setup, it will be very, very good to have this working so quickly. And now I will be putting in these augmentations in the other two machines as well. And now they should work already finished well. And now they work very, very quickly. And these we can just put in there. Cool, very nice. And our energy is still very far ahead. Maybe we should put in some buffer. Oh, this is not pulling out of the chest. Alright, for the rest of this episode, I want to first of all craft this mining world portal. For one, these portal frames, they look kind of awesome, and I think that is the last dimension that is in our additional dimension that is in this game, or no, going to the deep dark. That was unstable ingots and quintuple and quadruple compressed cobblestone, and then we will get into the QED. This QED is actually a really, really useful thing. It's kind of like a crafting table, but it can craft a lot of things, better things, I think. Maybe. I'm not really sure about the advantages or disadvantages of this QED, but yeah. That's the first thing. Mining world portal. Let's get on that. I have now the portal frames and I crafted 15 of these. Turns out you can actually craft a lot of portal frames with just one mining tool. The durability goes just down. Good to know for the future. Now we have to put up or create the 5x4 portal, and then right click. Okay, so you cannot go into the portal just like this, you have to sneak in there. Well, this gives you just a huge cave, it seems. And you can run around here and mine everything out. It actually doesn't seem like there's any mob spawning. I haven't heard anything, and there are a lot of dark spaces. And what Y value are we at? 54 to... Okay, so around 50-ish. I'd kinda like to know what the top of this world is like. Another thing I didn't expect. So we are at Y value 80 now. We have now this really cool world and can put up our quarry over there next time. Or maybe at the end of this episode. But now let's have a look at the quarry. So the task is to craft a QED. Oh, I said quarry, didn't I? I meant QED and one ender flux. So these ender fluxes are actually the speed upgrades, kinda. They give their energy to the QED. So the QED itself takes 2 Eyes of Ender, a crafting table, this diamond-edged computational matrix, which is burnt quartz, so a block of quartz with milmichite or just in a furnace. Then we need for that the ender infused obsidian. Very easy actually. And we need 5 more of these to get the QED. For the ender flux crystals, we need each 4 of these ender infused obsidian and an eye of ender. And there is the QED. Nice. And we get another ender flux crystal as a reward. Very cool. Alright, there we are again. After a relog, the world did load without any problems. Somehow it crashed when I placed this QED on our way to space. We obviously need oxygen, and for that we need first of all an oxygen collector and then an oxygen compressor to fill up oxygen tanks. And there is the oxygen collector, and in the background the compressor is just keeping smashing. And let's have a look at this quest. We now need to craft the compressor. Alright, we have now enough things to craft the compressor, the oxygen compressor. Let's put that in the system and have a look at the quest. And now we have to fill oxygen tanks, 1 light and 1 medium. So yeah, we have both of these actually already in our system. So let's get outside where oxygen is mostly to be found. And this apparently works best in close vicinity to some leaves. So let's put down the collector. And probably we also need some energy. Yes, so we need some energy, and then put this next to it. And oxygen slot, place oxygen canister here. Ah, okay, so here is the slot for the tanks. I have some energy now, so this should be running. And I need a cable. Yes, this is filling up now as well. So how it collects the oxygen, as you can see, the oxygen atoms, they are flowing inside this machine, but it isn't transferring this here. Do we have to put it here? No. On top? No. No, we can't just put that in here. But how do we get the oxygen from here to there? It's filling up with energy, but not with oxygen. Oxygen pipe. Okay. We need oxygen pipes. And there we are. Let's connect these, and now the oxygen tank is filling up, and we can just put the oxygen into this tank and into this tank. Nice. So that means we should be able to finally collect this. This gives us oxygen tank pipes and oak leaves. Huh. And that now opened up quite a lot of quests. We can now craft the heavy oxygen tanks. Just red wool, tin canisters, compressed steel, so not that expensive even. And getting protection, and that is something that will be really useful once we go out exploring the space. And yeah, this is armor that saves you from temperatures, extreme temperatures. And this here, tier 2 thermal padding, is oh, there are different colors even. Or no, it's just vibrating color-wise. And this will give you thermal protection and also gas protection. Oh, that is really good. That is really, really good. I am hoping you had enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave a comment down below, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, me and my walrus, we wish you a super great time and say bye bye.